because I can't turn it to the side, which is demonic as fuck. Is somebody
And what came before you? I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be unburdened of all in.
Oh, it's up there. How's screen looking?
It's vertical, but
No, I know it's vertical. You wouldn't let me go horizontal.
okay, yeah.
It's showing all of us. We straight.
Yeah.
All right. Can we see?
Yeah, you can grab the picture.
I mean, it's all good. Fuck it. Yeah, it is what it is. Fuck it. All right, Shalom. We're the brothers of Great Millstone, the branch on Des Moines. First and foremost.
We can do it a little bit backwards as well.
Yeah, I could probably move it back a little bit. But see, I was trying to charge the phone too, and now I can't charge it because of the.
You gotta do the percentage though.
Man, we just gonna say not gonna hear this, Joe. So we just gonna do what the Spirit allows us to do. But all right, Shalom. We're the brothers of Great Millstone, the branch out of Des Moines. First and foremost, we would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Hakodash.
double honors to our apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all you brothers who preach the gospel in truth and sincerity, always in charity. We're the brothers of Great Millstone, the branch out of Des Moines. And you can see the title of the lesson is entitled Response to the Elder Apostles. You know, and I put the apostles for plural because it's pretty much going to be a two-part lesson, which is going to tie in together through the Spirit, Lord's will. You know, the first part of the lesson, we want to respond to the elder apostle Tahar. He had did a lesson a couple days ago, you know, pertaining to this, I don't even know what to call it, man. You know, but this presidential candidate, Kamala Harris, and she continually makes a reoccurring statement, you know, and the apostle, you know, asks the men of Great Millstone, you know, what is your spiritual, you know, intake, you know, or spiritual assessment, for lack of a better word, based off what she was saying. You know, so I'm gonna play the little clip, and then Lord's will go into, you know, what we believe in the spirit, what she means, and Lord's will we hope is edifying. So we gonna play the clip.
Which you lived and what came before you. I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. So
right, so you see that statement that she kept making in multiple speeches. You know, she said, look into the future of what can be unburdened by what has been. You know, and our spiritual, you know, pretty much, you know, assessment, for lack of a better word, the word I keep using, you know, of what she mean by that, you know, is pretty much what Klaus Schwab and those at the World Economic Forum, what they constantly speak on, man, is a new norm. You know, and can we get Revelation the 13th chapter? Let's start at verse 14, if I'm not mistaken. You know, because we see the groundwork being laid already. You know, and what she's talking about, man, is she's talking about this new system, and the new system, like I was explaining to the brothers here, this new system is not just, you know, the technology that's about to be pushed. You know, the MOTB, which Lord's will, we're going to read down into that as well. It's not just that, you know, but it entails, you know, a mentality. It entails, you know, religion as well. Like when we go into the this revelation, it's going to speak about this image. Now, what this image entails is a whole way of life, and what we see in America has been pushing as of last couple of years. They've been pushing this alphabet agenda.
It's not crazy,
you know. And what did they just show at the opening of the Olympics? You had that abomination, all those abominations standing there at this table. You know, and it was a mockery of what they call the Lord's Last Supper. You know, and ultimately, that's what she means. You know, this new system right? And the system is this society as a whole. This new image that's being pushed. They want to do away with the Bible. They want to do away with religion. You know how much backlash came off that Olympic? How many people was like, oh no, they tripping and this going too far. And they want to do away with that. So that's what she's saying by unburdened with what has been. So she's talking about God. She's talking about religion. She's talking about the Bible. She's talking about doing away with all those things, right? Because the Bible speaks about a man and a woman. You know, you got Apostle Tar always mentions the Bible Belt. You know, here in the Midwest. You know, and how they not standing for certain things, man. You know, and that's ultimately what she's saying. She's saying that to be unburdened by what has been. So she's talking about, you know, basic biblical principles, man, of a man being with a woman. Like, no, she's talking about a man can be with a man. A man can identify as a 12-year-old girl if that's what he feels like. A woman can identify as a man if that's what she feels like. You can go ahead, you can work a 9 to 5, and when you clock out, you can go home and be a dog if that's what you feel like. You can marry this tree. Love is love, right? And that's the vibration that this society and that bitch, that's what she wants to push. And that's ultimately what she's saying, or our spiritual assessment of what she's saying is the new norm, which is what they've been pushing, you know, for the last couple of years. So
That wasn't that old Babylon. What they try to do, they try to build a tower, you know, to go against the Most High. You know what I'm saying? To be loosed from the Most High, man. But that's, hey, bro, that's not gonna happen, man.
It's the Psalms, the second chapter.
Exactly.
Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain thing? You know,
that's a vain thing. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no life to that. A man, that transformer is either a woman that becomes a man or a man that becomes a woman, but either way, it don't bring you life.
And ain't no such thing.
Like you know, technically there's no such thing. But you know, in the appearance of it, you know, because now they're normalizing little by little. I don't know if you noticed that these celebrities are getting with these things. You know, and
they've been with it.
No, of course, you know,
right,
even much more like the soccer player Mbappe, one of the top soccer players right now. He's with that thing. You know, come on, dude, you got all this money. Come on, bro. You gonna go with something that's not even a female? You know, but come on, bro.
I got this for you. Since the Spirit is just speaking on that, we're gonna start with this. This is the book of Romans 1 and 25. It says, "Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen." And this is pretty much what the image of the beast entails. The image wants you to worship the creature rather than the Creator. You see, this new ideology that they're pushing is you your own God. Do as I will. If it feels good, then do it. If you feel like a woman, even though you're a man, you are a woman. If you feel like you're a grown, here it is, you're a 48-year-old man. But if you feel like you're a 11-year-old girl and you're attracted to 11-year-old boys, then that's normal. Love is love. Why shouldn't we be allowed to love whom we love?
I don't get it. They don't do it with murderers. They should let murderers just love doing what they're doing.
We love seeing blood.
Bro,
this nigga love to steal blood.
Just let him love what he does, bro.
That shows you the hypocrisy, though. You know? But it says, verse 26, it says, "For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections.
Wow.
For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature." So that's what she means, being unburdened by that which was. Because we understand that, look, man and woman, that's against nature. That does not create life. But they want you to think otherwise under this new way of thinking, under this new image that they're pushing. You see, which that new image is going to tie into the new society, which includes the technology that they want to introduce, which is the MOTV. You see, all these things it all ties together, right? So it says, "For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one towards another, men with men, working that which is unseemly."
Yes, sir.
and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meet. So here it is. The Bible itself tells you that that's wrong. Man with man, there's a judgment coming for that. You see? And it says receiving in themselves that recompense, meaning the judgment that's going to be brought upon them for that act that they're doing, which is meet, meaning it's a just judgment that's going to be brought upon them. And it goes back into the Most High's laws. If a brother could pull that,
Yo,
you know?
Leviticus,
Yep.
Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man also lie with mankind,
And this is what she means by being unburdened by that which
he's
was.
a burden to them.
That's why she says, looking forward to the new, to be unburdened by that which is was. The first aspect of that is the Bible.
Yeah. This hurts them every time they hear it.
It's the scriptures, because everything that they promote and push, the Bible speaks against.
Enmity with the Most High.
You see?
You know?
And then the second half, because it's, which are all one and the same, but the second half of what she was saying was the new society, the new system that they want to implement, man. Which, once again, that way of thinking, that lifestyle that they pushing, it all coincides with the technology that they want to implement. Because that's the individuals that they want within their society. That's how they want you to think. That's how they want you to move. They want you to accept all this,
Right. They want you to be like that thing. Do you remember that? It's like The Boys, but it's like younger dudes that have superpowers. It's like a TV show. I forgot what it's called. It's like The Boys, but they.
Oh, Gen V.
Yeah, you
When
remember
they was
that?
in college.
Yeah, remember that thing that would turn into a boy, would
Right,
turn into a girl.
right. His power was
Right,
right.
And then whenever he wanted to do some shit, he would just turn into a female or a male.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what they wanted to be, bro. That shit's vile as hell.
But they
bro.
had that thing fall in love with the main character.
Yeah.
But then he turned into a girl and was getting popped. But then he turned into a dude and started popping the girl.
Like that shit's so fucking vile.
That's the society that they want to. That's what they want, man.
Yeah. That's exactly what they want.
Let him finish that.
It's in Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he layeth with the woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death.
Okay, recompense which is meat. And see, in this time around, the Lord ain't just gonna put them to death. He's gonna allow them to dwell in torments before he bring a judgment upon them, man. Go ahead, brother.
It says, their blood shall be upon them.
Their blood shall be upon them, man. You see? So they don't want people to constantly tell them that, look, that act, what they're doing is wrong. That's why Wisdom of Solomon in the 2nd chapter, it says the ungodly, I'll pull that real quick. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. And I'm gonna start at 1 to let you to get the backdrop to know that this is the how the ungodly reasons. This Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. So King Solomon let it be known offhand. This reasoning that these ungodly have within their thoughts is not right. It says, our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. And that's that YOLO.
Right.
You only live once, right? Disbelief in our Lord Yahweh Shai, because we understand Yahweh Shai was the one that returned from the grave. The Most High has the power to bring to the grave and raise up again, as it is written, but they don't want you to believe that. They don't want you to think that. Now I'm gonna jump down. Verse 11. Now this is the ungodly reasoning, but not aright. It says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. So we can see the society is pushed to keep the poor poor, to keep the weak weak, and to keep the power and the wealth in the hands of the few. We can see that set up down how this society, how the system is set up, right? This is verse 12. This is the point. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law. And that's what we read. That Leviticus, that Romans, that's an upgrading what they're offending. No, what you're promoting and what you're doing, that's not right in the sight of God. But here it is. You say that this country has been founded on biblical principles. But that's her saying being unburdened by that which was. You see?
Being loosed from the bands of the Most High.
So it says, he upbraided us with our offending the law and objected to our infamy, the transgressings of our education. So what they teach and what they promote, we let it be known that, no, that shit is off. That's wrong. And that's why they can't stand us. That's why it says that there is grievous even to behold.
They hate our guts.
You see? So this is why it's being, this why they pushing that now, man. And now that's why the men on the corner holding the Bible, now they the new T word.
Right.
You know?
The new C word.
Now they the problem with society now. Why? Because we objected to their transgression. You know, I'm butchering what we just read, but we just read it. You know, Salaki.
Well, it says they abhor him that rebuketh in the gate. You know.
Yeah, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly.
That's right. You know, so they're gonna hate everything that we say because we're speaking the what's enmity of what they have going on, man, with their agenda of this society, of what they pushing, man. This shit is weird.
I mean, this like this devil has been working with gradualism because remember when everything was this freaking Barack Obama, he signed a lot of shit into office.
You know, and then, one of them he legalized the fruitcakes in all 50 states.
Right. So it was been gradualism since him. You know what I'm saying? Obviously before that and shit, but majorly when this dude came into office.
Yeah, that's the change he made.
Yeah.
His model was change. We can believe it. Somehow change, man.
I believe something change.
You know, but that was the change. He look, and he thought, and he beguiled niggas in thinking it was gonna be something to change for them.
Yeah, right, because they saw a black face.
I'm thinking about that damn Jeezy song. My president is black.
Yeah.
Bro, niggas was excited, bro. Here it is, bro.
And then more niggas died when you do the research under Obama's administration. More niggas died by police brutality than any other president. So what changed? What changed for niggas? Nothing, bro. The only thing that changed was the alphabet crew.
Yeah.
Worse.
They got rights.
And then they filmed the BLM and then had two motherfucking
Well, see, that wasn't Obama though.
Like, no, I understand, but but later on, then they filmed that, but the two girls or whatever, they were the alphabet
crew.
You know, they alphabet crew. So they working with gradualism, man. Hey, shit, we seen how the Lord is working everything up, man.
And they using the plight of Jake as a stepping stone or as a springboard,
or as a face of something.
You know, because that BLM started with fucking the nigga that got choked to George Floyd. But then we see what happened with that. That was used to make Jake as the face of the T word. Because what was happening during the BLM marches, riots, stores was getting vandalized, cities was getting damaged. And here it is. What did Esau do? He used that as an advantage because then he started putting piles of bricks. See, these marches was organized. So Esau knew where they would be. So he left out piles of bricks for these people to use.
And he sees one people do it.
Well, that's why he got what they call it crisis actors, but
antagonizer or something like that.
He'd have a motherfucker go in there to throw the first stone.
Right, to get people riled.
So when one nigga do it, everybody else get incited to do it too, man. You know, and that's what he would do. The same thing he doing here in this country is what he would do in those other countries. You know, which they call a coup. They call it a coup in those other countries, man. You know. But anyway,
I have some real quick. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9. It says, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High. And this is all enmity with the Most High. All right, it's a whole characteristics, of what we're speaking against, man. We're speaking against the idolaters. We're speaking against the adulterers. We're speaking against the effeminate, or the abusers of themselves with mankind, man. We're speaking against that, man, because we know that that's off. All right, we know that that is incorrect according to the standard of the Bible. I have one more real quick. This is Sirach chapter 28 and verse 6. Remember thy end and let enmity cease. Remember corruption and death and abide in the commandments. And this is what we're coming into the stead of. We're coming into the steads of the commandments, man. We're standing in the ways of Yahweh Shem Al Shah, man. All right, and speaking against this place, man.
And this truth teaches us not to be conformed, not to be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of our mind. And that's why they want to do this. They want to reset everything. They want to take religion away, because if we're not conformed to this world, that means we're not conformed to them. And that's what they don't want. They want people to walk according to their policies and their ways.
Yeah. Well, that's that Revelation. I don't know if you hold it. Let's pull it out.
If I could read one more verse just to back off what he's saying. This is back in 1 Corinthians 9 and verse 11. And such words, some of you, but ye are washed, but ye are sanctified, but ye are justified in
You was
the
reading
name.
6, right?
Yep, chapter 6. Verse 11 again, it says, "In such word some of you, but ye are washed, but ye are sanctified, but ye are justified in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shah, and by the Spirit of our power Yahweh." All right, and this is what happened to us. All right, through the Spirit of Yahweh Shah, we became washed, or we became sanctified. All right, which is separated from these weirdos, man. All right, separated from the ways of this world, man.
Or repenting from those deeds.
Yeah.
And that's what Esau hates.
Yep.
He hates to see Jake coming out of the way he established him in.
Yep.
That's that Sirach. I'll pull that up real quick. Because that's why in Revelation 11, it says that, in Revelation 11, Revelation 13, that's what I asked Jake to hold. But in Revelation 11, it says that, great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Yeah.
And Esau understands that us standing on our feet is his downfall. And it starts with us being taught this word. But this is what I wanted to read. Sirach 30 and 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him, man. So we are being taught, right? So now we're being taught, like, look, those ways that we were living in, because it says, such were some of you. All those things that you read, there were in the church of Corinth, there was individuals that was in there. Was abusers of themselves and mankind. They was effeminate. They was adulterers. They was revilers. Those different traits or those different things that you read, and they repented from those things. They turned from those things, man. So this is what's grieving Esau. This is what got this devil in an uproar. It's that our people is coming out of that dead estate. Now he has no more hold. He has no more grip upon our people, man. Because through Yahweh Shai, now we're being delivered out of the snare of the fowler. You see, there's a precept where it says that, real quick, if a brother could type in captive at his will, just type in captive and will. I believe it's either John wrote it or Paul wrote it. It says, who is taken by the devil at his will.
I believe it's in 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy 2 and 26. It says, you want me to start at the beginning of the sentence? I'll start at 25. It says,
25 is cool.
It says, in meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves, if the Most High peradventure will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth.
That's teaching. In meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves. We were at one point on the opposite side. And by hearing our apostles and our teachers and them instructing us and teaching us, that's what grieved the enemy. We understood that that was wrong in the sight of the Most High, and we repented and came into the ways of the Lord. Read.
And that they may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil.
You see, that they may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil. Go ahead.
Who are taken captive by him at his will.
At his will. So he was just able to catch Jake however the hell. Because these were traps that were set up that Jake didn't see. Now, what the scripture says, man, we are not ignorant of his devices. It says, surely in vain is any trap set before any bird. So now the Lord, right, through the teachers, he has given us the eyesight to see these traps and these pitfalls. And this is what's angering this devil. Because if you're a cunning hunter and your mentality is to hunt and catch shit,
Right.
and you can't catch nothing,
You expect to get a dumbass deer, not a motherfucking deer that looks. Well, imagine he looks, he smells.
no,
he
you
looks
see
around.
the see no trap every time you walk around it.
Bro, you be mad as hell.
Yeah, the Rover. I was thinking of Tom and Jerry.
Me his ass.
You know, the mouse is like the mouse walk around the trap. You know how mad you is looking at it. Here it is. You set the bait, and he walk around it every time.
Or he grab the cheese real quick.
Or he makes something fall on the trap to trigger it, and then take what's there and dip off. You gonna be like, man, this smart, brother. You know. You want to say something about?
It reminded me of the scripture. It says the prudent foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. And that's what our teachers through the Spirit and Power Yahweh Shemiah Shai is giving us, is how to be prudent. So we're not moving in the way that Esau wants us to move, so that we don't fall in this trap. And Esau, he ain't dealing with that. That is a beautiful thing that the Lord has taken place. We're able to see what's happening before it happens. And we're able to go around the trap like the brother was going into.
That's it. If we ain't holding it, let's pull up that Revelation 13.
This is Revelation 13 and 14. Straight 14.
Yeah, you got it.
It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Right, so that's the Roman structure coming back into power, man. And that image is that way that they promote. You see? And that way is, once again, like we were speaking about, is do as thou wilt. We see that way is being promoted through what? Through the opening ceremony of the Olympics.
They're bold as hell for that.
And they showed you that on, we was talking about the boys, on this latest season that just came out, they had the Starlighters versus the Homelanders. Now, the Homelanders were Donald Trump. They were the Republicans. He was up there saying, you want these Starlighters? You want these he, she, pronoun changing? He made that statement on the show.
Yeah, he was against that.
And he was against, but that's these Donald Trump. That's the Republicans. So it's showing you that this is all set up. It's theatrics, man. It's theatrics. And the Starlighters, that's fucking Kabbalah. No.
Kabbalah.
You know? Kabbalah, her name Kamala. The spirit daddy called that bitch Kabbalah. You know, that's Kabbalah Harris, man. She's the Starlighters. What she's standing for, you know, the LGBT movement and
Abortions.
you know. Well, see, Starlight in the shows, she was pro-abortion. She actually had an abortion when you watch the show.
Yeah. She was out.
And then her mother got angry with her. Why? Because she said the Bible says that.
Yeah.
No, that's against our Christian values. That's being unburdened with what has been.
Yeah, they show you, but we dummies though. But they're showing you right in your face, bro, what they're doing. You know, like God, these people are simple as hell, man.
Well, you had this one nigga that say that y'all can't explain nothing without talking about a movie or a show. Well, that's Esau's way of communicating between the elites. They communicate in these movies and shows between each other. And not only that, but that's a part of their witchcraft.
Yeah, the Talmud.
You know? Their witchcraft, their power says that they have to tell you what they're doing before they do it.
What is it? The revealing of the I forgot what it's called exactly, but the revealing of the something like that. Revealing of something. But
Yeah, I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, it's a card that that they have that basically they have the revealing of the method. That's what it is.
But that's his left hand
Witchcraft.
prophecy. You know, these different script writers and these producers, those are Esau's prophets on the left hand, man. That's why when you see the Simpsons, and it'd be like, oh, the Simpsons predicted this, and the Simpsons predicted that,
Right.
and you know, but that's Esau's way of prophesying on the left hand. You know? And through the Holy Spirit, once again, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. That's one of his trickeries. He communicates, he talks, right? Through his movies, through his TV shows, man. You see? And the prophets are there to expose it all. You know? And that's why he's going to come down with great wrath, man. Because that's a thorn in his side. Right? But let's keep going.
Can I grab this real quick?
Go ahead.
You said there's a thorn in his side. It says 2 Peter 2:2. It says, and many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And that's what's going on. We showing the truth, and that's why they turn it into an evil thing, right? It's because we exposing what they got going on, and it's a thorn in their side. But that's when you got that.
Con, there's Revelation 13 and 15.
Read 14 again. We didn't finish out the whole thing. Oh, I think we did.
Yeah,
We
we
did.
did.
Yeah, just read it again, Bible Shop.
Con, this is Revelation 13 and 14. It says, deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Mm-hmm.
So there it says, and had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and
They should
cause.
both speak in that opening ceremony of the Olympics. That it was speaking. It was speaking. And now, and that's all we in Paris. But we see the whole of Europe,
Oh yeah.
all of Europe and America is pushing, is moving forward with that agenda, man. And now they're trying to spread it all around the world. But then you got opposition. You got certain, quote unquote, Middle Eastern countries, right?
Now,
Russia, certain things. They like, look, nigga, we ain't with that shit. You know?
Well, I was gonna say that's why. Oh, slug. Well, I was gonna say that's why they have infiltrators in these different countries. All right, you got people that get set up, and then their presidents get killed, and then they'll set up another president. Another.
Well, that was the latter part of that verse.
Con, it says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed.
Should be killed. You know, not too long ago, you had in 2020, you had that pandemic that was running rapid, man. You know, then you had the juice being spread and being pumped into these different countries. You had the Haitian president at that time. He wouldn't receive that into his country, man. He was like, hell no, we ain't taking that. So what ended up happening was a random militia broke into his house and murdered him. And then some dude, a U.S. appointed, became the president. And right when he got appointed
They got the Jews.
he allowed the juice to come in, man.
Coincidence, huh?
That's quite a coincidence, ain't it? You see, you had certain ones that Muammar Gaddafi a couple of years back, man. You know, he was the president of Libya. You go into what he was doing for his country, and here it is, bro. They'll show you on the American news. They'll make it seem like the people in his society or the people in that country just hated him so much. They despised him. But when those people loved that man. That man had free health care for his country. That man had free school. That man had all these different things, and he was establishing a currency that was backed by gold. And what happened? Got his ass smoked. You know? So they paint, and that's what Esau does, man.
Even with his program, your ass get smoked.
But that's all a part of his image. You know? That's why he'll go into a country and say, look, we got aid for you. We'll give you the things and we'll give you this aid, but this is what you need to allow in your country if you want us to give you that aid. And that's why it says what? It says that he gave power to give life unto that image. So if you want if you want to live like America, because America is looked at as I think they call it a first world country, or because I know third world country is like nigga, they poor as hell. You know, so it's like, look, if you want the advantages and you want the technology and you want the food and benefits that America can provide, then you need to set these policies in your land.
So you get them.
You know, and that I believe it was Uganda, but that's when he was like, hell no. Don't come over here talking that madness, man. And they put it, or was it Nigeria?
Nigeria.
It was one of those African countries, man, that they wrote it into law that it's illegal for you to be a fucking fruity boy, man. You know? But that just shows you how America and the EU as a whole, the United Nations as a whole, the stance that they hold, you know? If you want aid, if you want to be in bed with us, that's that Revelation 18. You know, that's a part of the wine that America spreads throughout the earth, man. But if you want to be in bed, if you want to partake in the goodies that America can provide you, then these are the policies that you have to implement within your country. You have to let fruity boys be fruity. Your women, they tell them to take off the hijab. They can twerk if they want to.
Women's liberation.
You know, and that's all things that destabilizes, you know, a country, a society, man.
Breaks it down.
And that's all a part of the image. You see? Yep.
This is Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, a righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. And as the brother was speaking, I was thinking about those different things that, like he was mentioning, you know, America come in, like, we'll give you aid, we'll help you out. All right, that can be looked at as mercy. We're coming to benefit you, right? But then there's always an agenda behind it. Okay, yeah, we'll give you this aid and so on and so forth. But like the brother had mentioned, you got to accept the alphabet agenda, right? And so on and so forth. There's always something behind that, man. And that's how the devil's been getting down. And now these nations are getting to the point to where, like, wow, nah, bro, you're going too far. You know?
Yeah,
That was it, man.
I got something real quick. This is Psalms 55 and verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And that's how this devil is going to come. And that's how he comes, actually. He comes all peaceably, you know, saying that you're going to receive this, that, and the third. But inwardly, his heart is trying to destroy you, break you down.
Right.
You know, it says that his soul is not upright in him, man.
And even just think about that word war, you know, it had me think about the word rebel, which means back to war. You know, and everything that this devil does is rebellion towards Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, you know, and that's what he's doing. He's warring against the Lord. You know, you see all these things, they don't do this stuff with Buddha. All right. They don't do this type of madness with the Muslim stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's always against the God of the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, making mockery of this. You know what I'm saying? But this devil has a mentality of just warring against the Most High, man. All right? And he's fighting a battle that his arms, what did it say? Your arms too short,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, that's his whole MO. Like, let's keep in mind, his image, going back to that Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter, the ungodly reasoning, so his thoughts and his plans is how did it say it? Clean contrary. You know, see, because when we come back into our right mind, we're being made in the image of our Lord Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai, what did Yahweh Shai tell us? If you see me, you see the Father. So Yahweh Shai is made in the image of the Father, meaning he's come to do the will of the Father. So if we're being made in the image of Yahweh Shai, that means we stand for what the Father stands for. And that's clean contrary to this devil's ways. So his image that he's implementing is completely clean contrary. And that's why in the book of Psalms, there's a precept where it says when the Most High awakens, and the Most High has awakened through what? Through his people. You see? Through his people, the breath of life entering back into his people, man. That's the Most High awakening. So there's a precept where it says when the Most High awakes, then he will despise their image And this is what we're seeing taking place. This way of life, this society, right? Everything that he pushes and he upholds, that he's telling you it's okay, this is right, no, this is normal. No, this shit ain't right, man. You see? And that's why she mentioned the statement, looking forward to the future, to that what can be, and being unburdened by what has been. See, because they trying to loose all memory and all hold of I'm gonna say it like this. Well, I'm gonna say biblical principles, man. I ain't gonna say Christian values, because these Christians are fucking weirdos too, you know. But you have certain Christians that, like, bro, they know a man with a man ain't right. You know, they know a woman with a woman. Like, once again, that's why so much backlash that's coming against that opening ceremony of the Olympics, man. Because people ain't rocking with that shit, man. People are getting tired of this grown ass man. You know, it's not sir, it's ma'am. People getting tired of that, man.
That's childish as fuck.
You know?
Well,
but that's a part of the Lord awakening, man. And this devil, he's about to go all out and putting that down. He wants that way of thinking. He wants that opposition out of the earth. He don't want nobody saying he ain't a man. He don't want nobody saying that, man. He don't want nobody looking at this 6'7" dude in a tutu, big ass beard with a short ass skirt on. He don't want people looking at him weird, man. You know? Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 6:16. And this is going back to the quote the brother's been quoting from Kamala Harris. But it says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old past, where's the good way?" And that's what they want to get out of the way. The old past, the good way, right? That's why the scriptures even talk about in the book of Isaiah 5:20. It says, "Woe to them that call evil good and good evil, that set darkness for light and light for darkness, bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." So he's trying to blur those lines, man. Or not even to the point to where it's blurred. It's like, nah, what's right is what's wrong completely. You know? That's what he's pushing out there on the forefront, man. Like the brother had mentioned, shoving it down to people's throat. To where at one point it was understood clearly that being a part of the alphabet community is crazy.
Not too long ago, it was diagnosed as a mental, illness, man.
Right.
For a person to be attracted to the same sex, not too long ago, man, that was diagnosed as a mental illness, man.
Right.
But see what this devil has done, he has targeted the children. That's why he got the after school the Transformers reading to the children. Yeah. That's why here it is. They take God out of the school, and then they have Satan, the Satan teaching them about Satan after school programs.
Satanists.
But here it is, this devil trying to do away with the scriptures, but yet he follows certain things of the scriptures. And what I mean by that is in the book of Proverbs, it says, train up a child in the way that he should go. When he is old, he will not depart from it. He's using that on the left-hand side. And that all started with what? In the 50s, really in the 60s and 70s, man. When they had Michael Coon King, right? You might know him as Martin Luther. His real name is Michael, right? That's why they used him as the face of integration.
Little boy.
I had dreams that white boys and black boys and
that was written by Malachi.
Which was I think the nigga name was Levy, something Levy. But the point being, in the late 60s, that's when he implemented that, man. And that's where our society started to crumble. And I'm talking about the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because that's when we integrated amongst the rest of these heathens, starting with Esau, Edom. That's when the women's lib came. You had that woman, right? Where she was CIA asset, got hold of the nigga woman, to tell her, look, you don't need a man. You can do bad all by yourself. You were strong and powerful. That's where you got the fist, where they stand up with the fist. So that was the beginning of what? The woman surpassing the man, like it says in the book of Jeremiah. The Lord would create a new thing in the earth. And really that started back in the slavery days with the Willie Lynch letter, where he would demasculate, you know, the rough and tough male. He would buck break him in front of everybody else. Then he would beat the male to an inch of his life so that the woman could teach her son, look, do what master says, you know, so that it can strengthen the girl to be the leader of the household and to weaken the male so that he can be just a follower.
That nigga gonna pay so much.
That was all in the Willie Lynch letter, man.
Yeah, that was strategic.
That was all strategic, man.
Yeah, the scripture says how the heart of this devil is deep.
And it came to a point with what? In the late 60s, man. With Michael Luther King, you know, with that women's lib, with all that, man.
There's a number on our people.
You know?
In a short amount of time, too.
Well, what was you just reading, though?
Oh,
the old past.
Yeah, Jeremiah 60:16. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old past. Where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. And this is what we're presenting. All right, the old past, the rest. All right, showing you the proper way on how we're supposed to conduct ourselves, the order, the structure of a household. All right, how men and women are supposed to conduct themselves according to the standard. This is the proper way, and this is what's fruitful for life. All right, throughout the earth, right? Why this devil is doing completely contrary to it, right? It says, but they said, we will not walk therein. And that's the mentality of our people. All right, they've been so indoctrinated, all right, this way of wickedness and so on and so forth, to where it's like they completely rebelling against the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, the scriptures talk about, and it's all through the spirit, of course, you know, but reminds me of that Psalms that King David said, man. He said, let that table be made a snare, that which was for their good, let it be for their, I forget how he worded it, finished it off, but like towards their destruction, because this is really for our people's good, all right? You know, moving according to these precepts, man, this is for the benefit of our people. If you take heed unto these things, you would receive salvation. All right, but looking at the overall order of the earth, what it would do, right? This is the proper way, but our people are rebelling against it, man. And once again, Esau has a heavy hand in that. All right, just like during the time of the flood, it says because for their sakes came the flood. We read it in less than a couple weeks back that we did. You know, in the Josephus, it talked about the descendants of Cain, how they were pushing out all this wickedness. All right, pretty much wickedness was polluting the whole earth through that lineage, right? Through them pushing that wickedness on a high scale. The same thing that's happening now, man.
Yeah, in Genesis 6th chapter, those sons of God became influenced, right, from those descendants of Cain. That's why the scripture says that the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth him. So what took place was those sons of God end up being seduced.
Mm-hmm.
And those men that were seduced into those heathenistic ways, what happened? They became men of renown. Yeah. And then they started to promote that same wickedness, which influenced everybody else. And this is what we're seeing today.
Exactly.
That's why Megan Thee Stallion is at Kamala Harris Democratic fucking convention. That's why Quavo up there. That's why all these different individuals, right, that the so-called black community looks up to.
Men of renown.
These are men of renown, you know, but they're going in the way of Cain, and they are being used to push forth this image that we're reading about, man. You see?
Simple, but simple.
So let's go back to Revelation.
Revelations 13 and 15.
You read 15 again.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, should be killed. Now that's physically, but it don't necessarily have to be physically either though. Let's grab the book of Sirach. The
Excommunicado.
Right. And that was a small example, right, that we seen with Kanye and with Kyrie. Yep. Grab the book of Sirach, the 34th chapter, Start at the 21st verse.
Come on. Sirach 34 and 22. He that taketh away his neighbor's
20,
living.
start at the 21st verse.
Okay, verse 21. Sirach 34 and 21. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood.
So what happened with Kanye? He was a billionaire at one point. Overnight,
Bro, million. That shit.
he talking about all his assets was froze. He was on camera talking, look what they're doing to me. Because he was speaking against, you see, but that goes along with that image.
Yeah.
See, if you're not with that image, if you're not with what they're portraying and what they're pushing, they can easily cut you off like that, man. You see? Kyrie, this nigga posted a book, and then you see the backlash he got just by posting a book. Or not the book, but the what was that? The movie, the video that which that's all left hand sorcery anyway.
Hebrews and Negroes or some shit like that.
Yeah, but it's all an example.
Mm-hmm.
That's the modern day buck breaking.
Yeah.
They use them as an example, as look, any one of you niggas want to step out of line, this can happen to you.
Right.
So if you ain't in line with this image, you can be killed. Not necessarily be put to death, but be cut off.
Yeah, some niggas be like, nigga, I'm fucking poor, nigga. I can't afford to get taking that shit away, so I'm just gonna go with it. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is comfortable with they little Mercedes and shit or whatever they got.
You had during 2020, you know, when the pandemic was running rampant, you had this one military officer, which he stood against it. He was like, look, you know, my superiors here in the army, man, they talking about we gotta be forced to take it. He was like, hell no, I ain't taking that shit. Nah, hell no.
Okay.
I don't know what's in it and what the damn, and he was talking all that good shit, man. And then not too long later, man, he was making a video crying. Yeah, they said that they don't give those that don't want to take it, we're going to have a dishonorable discharge. They're going to take away our benefits. I got children.
Yeah, so
I got to take care of my children. I got a house that I got to maintain. Man, I got to take it.
yeah, he folded quick. No pressure.
But that's that scripture. That's the scripture speaking, man. You see? And that's why a lot of these individuals, they don't speak against certain things. You know? The apostles were just speaking about was it Umar Johnson or Tariq Nasheed? I thought it was Tariq Nasheed.
You mentioned Tariq Nasheed.
Right, that's who I think it was. I don't think it was the Umar nigga. It was the Tariq Nasheed. And it was like how he speak on certain points,
Yeah.
but then people will be talking about the small hats and how he circumvent, you know, he trying to talk in circles and he ain't speaking directly against them. Why?
He juiced in.
Because he's juiced in, man. Not I just seen this nigga Anton Daniels just was on Fox News. Nigga, you a YouTuber, nigga. How the fuck you get on Fox News now, dog? You see what I'm saying? So these individuals are juiced in, so they're not going to speak against certain things, man.
Yeah.
That's why you got certain entertainers, bro. They're not going to speak against the LGBT hit. They're not going to speak against that. They gonna hold their peace when it comes to it. They participate in it. You see? Why? Because they are with that image and they don't want to be cut off. You see that?
Yeah, I remember it was a video. It was a while. Actually, it was during the pandemic. The nigga Carmelo, he was asked a particular question, you know, about the Israelites and stuff like that, and he kind of like went around the question that was asked. You know, he didn't want to.
Well, he had made a statement. He said, "Yeah, the original man. Let's talk about the original man." And then it wasn't too much talk after that.
Yeah, they'll mention about them being Israelites here and there, but it'll stop there.
But then it'll be some madness mixed in.
Exactly.
You know, like Kanye, the 12 tribes of Judah.
Yes.
Like they are mixed in something that'll throw you off.
Right.
So it'll have a little bit of truth, but then they'll plaster it with some bullshit.
Right. Or even then, it's like, okay, you know, Jacob go out there and say they're an Israelite, but look at what the vibration that they actually push in the lifestyle. So then it push out to the image, like, all right, I'm Israelite, so what? I'm still a nigga. Like,
I'm Israelite, my dollars Israelites.
Kodak,
But then this niggas talk about how he popping all kind of mollies,
right.
doing all that, but you supposed to be Israelite.
Yeah.
You post on your Instagram, Happy New Moon. New Moon Sabbath and all this madness. But here it is, you popping mollies and you doing all this madness, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, keep going to that, Sirach.
Back in Sirach chapter 34 and 21, the bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of bloodshed. Or so like a man of blood. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him.
Nope, you see? Any that don't worship the image shall be killed. Because your living can be taken away. Go ahead.
He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him. And he that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder.
That's it, man. So if you're speaking against what? That image that they're pushing, their image that they're erecting, just like going back into Daniel, how Nebuchadnezzar set up that image, and when you hear the music, you bow the knee and worship. Well, this is that they're erecting. We're watching them build this image, man.
Right.
You know,
Man. And
we're witnessing them build this image, bro. And if you ain't bowing, if you ain't rolling and rocking with this image, when the music gets to playing,
bro,
you're gonna be cast into that oven, man. It's playing itself out all over again. You see?
So it's cold because when they got thrown in the fire, Howard Shah was with them. So we had to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know,
no, go ahead, finish your point.
that was really it. Howard Shah will be with us when Esau come down, have a great wrath, because you know what they have for a short time. We're not gonna have to worry about it, right? Because we not fearing man, we fearing Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Yeah. What does it say? Sirach 4:28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee, man. So we rocking with Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. You know, Adawan Ratzazah, we continue in the spirit. Lord puts the spirit on us, you know, keep us from the outward temptation, you know, give us the fortitude, everything that we need. And that's the importance of being rooted and grounded, because when you look at these different points in our history where our forefathers were under great persecution, like during the Greek Empire, how many Jakes you think fell, folded? You know what I'm saying? Majority of Jake folded. You seen people getting put to death and everything like that for not eating swan's flesh. That was a time of great persecution, but then
that was a minority.
So what?
It was minority. When you read that in Maccabees, when the women that circumcised their children, you know, those that, you know, chose death than to eat the swine,
Exactly.
those that didn't fight on the Sabbath day, you know, like, though, keep in mind, like, we reading it, when we read it, that's what it focuses on. You see what I'm saying? Judas and those that, and then in Second Maccabees, when we read about Eleazar, and then we read about the 7 sons and their mother, that was the minority.
Exactly.
Don't keep it, like, don't think like, damn, the majority of Jake, bro, we was like, fuck that. That was the minority. The majority of Jakes bowed the knee during that time, man.
Like,
You know?
easily. Because just like now, imagine that same decree coming down now. All right. You know, as far as eating swan's flesh. You know what I'm saying? Jake ain't even finna bat an eye. Now, of course, it's different times. You know, Jake, you know, it fell away and everything like that, you know, but it's just the same mentality. Majority of our people are going to fold without even a lot of pressure. And then Esau, when you pull that pressure down, come on now. The scriptures talk about he that fainteth in the day of adversity, his strength is small.
Yeah. That's why we're going to go into, let's keep reading Revelation.
Revelation 13 and 15, and 16.
Yep.
And he causeth all.
Not going into what you were just saying. When he applied that pressure now. Well, see, now this is the pressure that he's about to be, like, that's about, because like we were saying earlier on, that agenda, that image, it coincides with that MOTB, with that C-hip. That C-hip stamps, it puts a stamp on, like, nigga, okay, you with that image.
You with it all the way. You're mine.
So when the music playing and you bow that knee, that MOTB solidifies you with us.
You become one.
So that's all together, man. See, all those that worship in the image, if you're with the society in any aspect of it, man, you're going to take that MOTB. You see? So it says he causes. Go ahead.
He said he causeth, so like he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the charagma in the right hand or in their foreheads.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, this is going to come upon all the world, like it says in that Revelation 2:10. Or it might be 3:10, you know? Goes into the hour of temptation, 3:10, that shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, man.
And when you go into the word causes, one of the definitions, it says to make, right? It says to make, to be made, to produce, to construct. So it's a construct, man. You see? And we can see it, but being established. And we see in the example of it in 2020. If you didn't have the juice, you wasn't able to partake in society. You couldn't come in this though. Your hands gonna show you got proof that you got the juice.
The bags.
Oh well, nah. You can't come in here. You know, and that's what it's going to come into. And at first, it's going to be voluntary. We see how this does. That's like what you read. His words were smoother than oil. It's going to come first voluntary, man. Then it's going to be a push that security is for your safety, convenience. Oh no, then you can bypass the lines. So it's going to be pushed that security. It's going to be pushed that convenience, and then it's going to come to a point where it's going to be like, no, you need this in order to operate in society. Do you want to continue to get paid? Do you want to continue to pay your rent?
Right.
Do you want to continue to keep your job? Do you want to continue to eat? Then it's going to be a requirement. You have to have this, man. You see?
Yeah.
So we're going to see how this devil is going to do it. And this is how he calls it all. It's going to be a part of you living. If you want to continue to live your life here, I love my master. Well, I had the goddamn, what the fuck was that? DMX? I love my baby mama. I love to let her go. Why, bro? Why did that play in my head, bro?
Well, that's you love your wife.
But yeah, that's what it says. I love my master. I love my wife. I love my life.
Yeah.
I will not depart from thee. So then you would put the all through there, going back into the ancient law, man. Well, today, that all is digital. And it's going into your hand or your forehead, man. And it's going to have all your records on it as we read. You see? Because when you go into those different definitions of charagma goes into what? A thing inserted. Right? Which goes into the root word charax, which goes into a pail or a stake, which that's the instrument that's used to pierce the skin. Which goes into the root word of that, which is grapho, which goes into what? The information that's going to be upon that technology. Your social security, your birth certificate,
ID, identification.
your ID, right? That's your social security. That's your birth certificate, your bank statements, your medical records. What they got now, of course they got your credit score, but now they talking about what a social credit.
Mm-hmm.
So all those things is going to be on that, man.
Yeah. What do they call that? What do they call it? They're trying to pay you every month.
UBI.
Yeah.
Universal basic income.
Yep. They're gonna do that. You can want to continue to get that shit. They'll probably just give you some whatever, but they're like, if you want to continue to get this, you're gonna have to get this.
Yeah. You want to file your taxes? You want to get those taxes? You want to claim those children at the end of the year?
Now, there's so many ways that.
These are all things that they,
Yeah, even with that, like you just had me think about, a scenario. You got these Jakes that's on child support, and there'd be certain limitations for them to see their children. Well, now you can't see your child because now this is you become a threat to society, or this is harmful, or whatever the case it may be.
Man, you said it become a threat to society. I was watching Idiocracy. The other, I don't know, it might be 2 days ago, 1 day ago, but all the people in that society was dumb. But when it came to them, they understood plainly that if you ain't have that mark in your hand, that tattoo that they showed it as a tattoo in the movie, like brothers going into earlier, they show these different things within.
Yeah, they show you that.
What is your tat?
And just to tie it in, because I titled this lesson "Response to the Apostles." So the first part we was gonna go into responding to Apostle Tahaw's video that he had did, and then the second part we responding to the Apostle Ramla, because Apostle Ramla, he did a lesson entitled "Prophet Talk," and it's like, look, only bro, man, your spiritual eyes gotta be open to see this, man. Everybody has not been allowed to see what we just talked about or what we just went into.
Man, bro, that's crazy.
You know, so that's the Wadi Yahweh Basham Yahushai, man. You know, that he has enabled us. You know, he has enabled us. He allowed us to see this, man, and be able to speak on it. You know, to be able to warn, you know, and to have the foresight, man. You know, he went into Matthew the 13th chapter. Blessed are your eyes for they see and your ears for they hear. You know, and I had more precepts that I had wanted to go into because he had spoke about how all things will be made manifest. He quoted the Malachi where it says, they shall return and discern between who serveth the Lord and who don't. You see, the true servants of Yahweh Basham Yahushai is being made manifest in these last days, man. And the false prophets are too. And when Apostle Ramah made that statement, I was thinking of the Hebrews, where it says some men's sins go before them into judgment, and some men's sins come after. It says, so likewise are their good works. Some men's good works is manifest beforehand, man. You see? So all those things is being made known, man. We're in a time where all the Yahushua told us what's done in the dark shall be brought to light, man. We're in a time where all these things is being made manifest. These things is being made known. You see? And I wanted to, you know, actually go into it, but you know what I'm saying? We're getting kind of short of time, and I'm hearing that wind out there, man.
My lights went out and shit over there.
Oh, your lights went out? Yeah, so. You know, and the Lord been playing, you know, our area, man. The last 2 nights straight, man. It's been massive storms, man.
Bro, hell.
You know, it's been look, see the lights flickering, man.
Hey, the Lord mad, bro.
You know,
Angry.
and it's supposed to be a major storm coming through, you know, so you know, really gonna end the stream, man, and get these brothers home, man, so they get their households in order and everything, man. You know, so that's a good place to end it, man. Like I said, man, there's so much more, you know, I wanted to go in through the spirit, but I feel like, man, we covered a good portion, man. And, you know, Lord's will, man, if the spirit is on these brothers, the spirit on me, Lord's will, later tonight or tomorrow, you know, brothers can do responses, you know, and spiritual, what it says, skillfully add, as it says in the book of Sirach, man.
Skillfully add to it.
You know, and of course, brother, you know, you can do yours in Spanish, man, you know. So Lord will, man, we hope this was edifying. We're going to end it there, man. Get these brothers home safely. Yahweh Basham Yahushai, guide you brothers home safely, man. You know, I pray this was edifying, encouraging, uplifting, eye-opening. May Yahweh Basham Yahushai keep us in our houses covered. May he continue to allow us to speak these words boldly, man, to continually give us the utterance, the faith, the boldness, the belief, which, you know, faith and belief is the same thing, but you brothers get what I'm saying. You know, and allow us to stand 10 toes down, man. You know, to stand boldly and righteously for their holy namesakes. You know, so Lord will, we hope this was edifying. We're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, HaKadosh. Double honors to our apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all you brothers preaching the gospel in truth and sincerity, always in charity. Shalom.
Shalom.